Have you ever wondered how northern lights are painted so beautifully with acrylic paints? Must be complicated, right? Not at all. They are actually very easy to paint. However, there is a very special technique to it. In this video, you will be guided through the whole process. First, paint the background of the whole canvas with lamp black acrylic paint. Since northern lights are the view of the nighttime, you must apply a balanced layer of the paint. It shouldn't be too much or too less, otherwise the next process might get messy. For this, you can use a wash brush because it evenly distributes the whole paint on the canvas. Wet the brush just slightly before picking the paint. This will make it easier for you to work with the paint. Once you are done with painting the background, you must leave the canvas to completely dry, because if it's not dry, any other paint applied on the canvas will get mixed with the black color and you will not get desired results. Now clean all the paint from your brush and apply wet strokes of brush on the canvas. Since the paint was completely dried, the wet strokes will not affect it. Now for the next step. You can use a flat brush and the paint you will be using is titanium white. It is necessary to wet the canvas before applying the white paint to prevent the paint from drying too quickly, as you will need to keep it wet for the next step. Make light strokes in the way you want your northern lights to dance. You can just imitate like this, or you can make your own design. Now gently make upward strokes. Make sure to keep the length of every stroke different. This will create a nice dynamic movement of northern lights. You must be thinking, northern lights are colorful. Why are they white? Don't worry, this is only background painting. The colors will be applied after this step because then, the colors will look more vibrant against the black background. Keep your brush a little angled when starting every stroke, because you don't want to paint below the line. You can already see a stage setting for the beautiful northern lights that we will be painting next. Try not to press the brush too much towards the end of the stroke, as you would in the beginning. This turned out pretty amazing, right? Let us know in the comments. Every stroke must be made very carefully to prevent making mistakes. Mistakes can be covered and adjusted, but then it will take longer to finish the work. You will learn how to cover mistakes in the painting process through our videos as well. If you are really looking to learn how to paint, then subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our upcoming videos. Once this part is done diligently, the rest of the painting gets pretty simple to paint. We are almost done with this part. Next, wet the wash brush again with water and very lightly make downward and upward strokes to make the northern lights more dynamic. You must be very careful in this step, because too much water, or pressing the brush too much, will smudge the paint all over the canvas. We will start with purple acrylic paint. Mix the paint with titanium white. Start making light strokes on the white paint we previously painted. We will be painting in the similar way we painted titanium white. Acrylic paints are very easy to work with. We have been using Marte signature acrylic paints for all our paintings. If you want to buy acrylic paints, all links are given in the description below. Now that we have painted the purple base, we will be adding another layer of purple. To do this, we will be adding a little water to the paint to dilute it. Since purple is a very dark color, if we do not dilute it, it will completely cover the background colors that we painted before, and it would not give us the desired 3D effect. Here we coated one tip of the brush with purple color and the other with a little diluted color. In this way you can draw beautiful movements of northern lights. Just by watching the video, you can learn a lot. And when you start painting yourself, you will remember all the tips you learned here. In this way, you will learn how to paint quicker than you think. From every video you will learn something new. The excess paint you can push downwards to make it even more beautiful. Keep on adding more layers. The more you work with the paint, the beautiful end result you will get. At this point, we added white paint at the right side of the tip of the brush and purple paint to the other side. Here we selected magenta color to make this part of Northern Lights. If you watch the complete video, you will see how we painted a transition from purple color to magenta. Sometimes you make exactly the kind of stroke you wanted. This perfection is only achieved through practice. The more you practice, the more you will become familiar with the paint brushes that you are using. The next time you paint with that paint brush, you will know exactly how to use it and when to use it. This is the transition we were mentioning earlier. Add a little purple color paint to the edge of this part of Northern Light. Add just a little to show a transition of purple light merging into magenta lights. Here we worked with Monastral green acrylic color. This is painted exactly the same way. Add green and a little bit of white paint to both ends of the paintbrush to show different shades of Northern Lights. Now we are transitioning magenta light to green lights. As you can see, the paintbrush is coated with green color and a little bit of magenta is added to the tip of the brush. Here comes the fun part. For this, you will be using Filbert brush. All links are given in the description below. Load the brush with lamp black acrylic paint. Make gentle strokes as shown. Make sure to leave gaps because you want to make it look dramatic. You must have guessed it by now. Yes, that's right. We are painting silhouette of pine trees against luminous northern skylights. Filbert brush is the best brush to paint pine trees. We paint different tree types with different paint brushes to make the exact look of the tree we want to make. Here we made a little mistake of not leaving the gap between the strokes. As you can see, it does not give that same effect of tree leaves. Make sure to avoid that when you paint. The trees are made as if you are watching the northern lights while standing on the ground and looking up towards the sky. Can you see their tips converging towards the center of the painting? As you move downwards, you paint the tree branches far and wide, since pine trees are conical in shape. You can add as many trees as you want in your painting. Just make sure not to cover all the northern lights with black silhouette of trees. We are done with the painting. Did you enjoy watching the video? Was it helpful in learning? Let us know in the comments below and do subscribe for more upcoming fun paintings. Thanks for watching.